Hi friends, welcome to my video. I love you. So today I'm thinking about how I'm a little fucked up right now and I'm gonna have trouble speaking on camera. Now the interesting part is that when the camera is not rolling, I'm like the most interesting person on the earth. I can say such amazing things and so much epiphany and so much meaning and discovery, and you know, it's like freaking revelations, you know, like, but as soon as the camera starts rolling, because of the well, here's my theory about this. Okay, I'm gonna try to pull it together. What I believe is that alkaloids, including alcohol, so alkaloids meaning things that get you high, right, have always been a part of the human biosphere. That it's one with us. You know what I mean? Like we are the cannabis. That is our spirit. We are the mushrooms. We are the peyote. We are the mescaline. We are the opium. We are those things. You know, and being separated from ourselves and our communities and our traditional ways has created a void whereby you can take the things that we know that we are, that we have naturally, and sell it back to us. And so that's how we get this whole phenomenon, you know, with a lot of drug use and stuff. I think we used to feel pretty much stoned like all the time, like without any kind of substance, you know, not that we didn't use the alkaloids. Like I'm saying, we did use the alkaloids quite a lot. But it was more or less just to confirm and affirm the experience that we were already having. So it wasn't so much about, well, let me discover something new, or let me really, you know, kind of have an epiphany or something like that. It was more like, let me just do this because this is what we do. You know, this is our ritual, and this is what we do when you become this age or that age, or you're pregnant, or you're getting married, or you're traveling, or you're going to go on a hunt, or you're building a building, whatever it is. You know, there was always a ritual, and there were alkaloids involved. I don't care how many religious people, you know, are against alkaloids. Those medicines were there. Okay, consciousness altering drugs have always been the case, whether it's coca, opium, whatever it is, it's always been there. Okay, in the human in our biosphere, you know, that's just part of what we are. It's part of who we are. So whenever you add an artificial component to that, it makes it awkward. You know, this is a camera I'm looking into. This is a phone, a cell phone, you know, and I'm trying to be authentic talking into the cell phone, but it's almost antithetical to being authentic, just because it's a device. It's a man-made device that's going to capture the image and play it over and over again, you know, long past, beyond the emotion, you know, long past the experience of it actually happening in real life itself, long past now. This video can be played 100 years from now, and so the soul rebels against that. You know, there's kind of a tug of war. And so I've been making videos for a long time, like even before I started posting up onto Facebook and stuff. I was making journals like on my cell phone back in the day, and I can tell you that it is different between talking to yourself or just talking to people in a real life situation compared to talking to a device. It inhibits you, and it makes you feel like it's naughty or something. Like I almost feel naughty for getting stoned and then talking in front of a camera. Like it feels naughty because in traditional culture, it is very naughty to do that. Like in traditional culture, people get high for a reason. You know, people come together in groups and they use the alkaloids, they use the medicine, and they change their consciousness in order for very specific impressions to be made on that individual to make them the person in society that they need to be. So it's almost conventional in traditional society. Whereas here, when we do drugs and drink alcohol, we're rebelling against the convention, and we're trying to maybe, you know, put a dent in the convention where maybe back off of me, you know, I'm going to do things my own way. But actually in traditional culture, you don't have a choice but to do the alkaloid. You have to do it when you're told to do it, and you have to do it for the reason that you are told to do it. So, you know, I feel naughty in a way because I don't think in traditional culture it would ever be use the alkaloids and then make a video, you know, or like use the alkaloids and try to make yourself popular or something like that. But that's how we use the alkaloids in the West. You know, that's just the way it is. So I forgive myself for that completely. Like, I have no guilt about it whatsoever. See, I don't even really remember why I started this whole rant, but I guess I just wanted to make the point that you feel different when you're going to do a video if you're high. You know, if you're high, you're drunk or something, you feel different because you're really, you know, your traditional self, your indigenous self deep down inside your soul is like, that's naughty, you know, and it is kind of naughty. So I'll give you just a little piece of fun facts. Human beings didn't write stuff down until maybe 500 years ago because of that reason. It was considered vulgar. It was considered dangerous to write stuff down. You didn't write down your rituals and religious stuff and words of God and inspirations and all that. You just didn't write it down because it could fall into the wrong hands. And so, you know, that was one of the reasons why people didn't write. It was just considered, you know, if you're trying to record, why are you doing that? You know, why do you want to record what happened here in this room tonight or something like that? You know, like it was looked down upon. So people didn't really practice that. You know, that's why in the early languages it's all symbolic language, you know, picture graphs and stuff like that, because a picture says 1,000 words. So, you know, I mean, people have this innate desire to tell their story and to share their story. And, you know, oh, it's, you know, it's the apocalypse right now. The sky is yellow, you know, and we got 2 suns or whatever, you know, you just naturally, I think it's in the human spirit to share that information because you know there's going to be a future. Yes, you do. You know there's going to be children. You know there's going to be another generation, many generations coming after you. And you want to share your story. So even though it's naughty, and I'm feeling that for my traditional self is saying that it's naughty and that I should try to be around more human beings instead of just interfacing with this, you know, camera all the time. I can feel that in my soul, but at the same time, I can upgrade, you know, update my, you know, innermost self and just let myself know that the world is very different now. And we are basically symbiotically living with the machines. We are no longer just human. We're more than human now. We have reached the status of immortality. Just like 50 years ago, there was no such thing as YouTube and Facebook. So the only people that you would ever see coming through this screen right here would be big major celebrities. And they were all coming from the same community of people because they're all inbred and they all, you know, they keep it in the family and everything. But, you know, it was like the Marilyn Monroe and, you know, Elvis Presley and that kind of stuff. You know, you would see them and Jimi Hendrix or whatever, you know, and that would be like, whoa, you know, that was such a big deal to see human faces through that screen. But now we all have reached this point. We have all reached this immortality. It's kind of a big deal. It is. It's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big turning point in our evolutionary process. And as always, I want to have a positive orientation towards it. And I never want to feel any type of way for using the alkaloids or for using the camera. You know, I don't want to feel bad about any of it because honestly, I don't think any of it is bad. I think it's all ordained by God. And at the end of the day, I'm educating my subconscious self to accept the reality that we live in today. We have to do what we have to do. We have to use what we have available in order to produce and to create the kind of evolution that we want to see. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you liked it, and I'll be making some more so that you can watch some more videos and like those too. All right, peace.